Hi, Karen Davis here from glittermesilly.com, and today I'm making a card using the Artful Flowers stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and I'll be using Zig clean colour markers for my colouring medium. I've started with some Bristol watercolour paper. This is my favourite paper. The clean colour markers move really nicely on this one. You get really lovely blending when you use this card as opposed to Neenah or one of the other cards that I do tend to use more commonly. I've stamped the 3 outline flowers that are in the set. I'm going to be using a lot more than 3, but for the purposes of demonstration I'm just showing 3 to begin with. And I've stamped them in Versamark ink and heat embossed them, as you can see there, in white, and I've used white powder from Wow. And what I tend to do before I colour with these markers is I lay down a layer of water on my image, and that tends to help with the blending, I find. But there's different ways to do it. That's just one way that I find to do it that works. So I've just taken the light purple colour here for one of the flowers, and I'm colouring the whole flower in and then adding the darker detail with the second colour there, which is the violet. And then to blend them I go over the top just to mix the colours a little and give it more watercoloured appearance, and I just go over it with a water brush. The second colour that I'm going with for this colour combination is a kind of aqua blue colour. So this is the light blue clean colour marker, and again to add the darker highlighted colours in the centre. I don't know if highlighted is actually the correct word there. Anyway, the shadows from the centre I've used the Cobalt Blue, and then again I'm going over it with the water brush just to help blend the colours together, give them that more softer watercolour look. The green I've skipped ahead to, and I didn't really take any time because it's the same process over and over again, but that's the pale green and the light green colours. And then I've stamped numerous flowers out, obviously, and then cut them all out, fussy cut them. I don't have dies for that particular stamp set. I actually don't know if there are dies for that stamp set, to be honest with you. Now I've created a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card blank out of white Neenah, £120 Neenah cardstock, and just add a little bit of detail. It's very hard to see, you won't see until I show you the close-up later, but I've just used the Simon Says Stamp Tiny Dots stencil, I think that's what it's called, I'll double check, just with some lemongrass pigment ink from Avery, Elle, just to give it a little bit of detail and design to the background. I've taken a sentiment from the Ulta New stamp set, Floral Frames I think it's called. It's a lovely stamp set, that, and it was a gift actually from May Park, which was really lovely to receive that, a real surprise. But I've stamped the design using my MISTI. I've stamped the sentiment where I want it to go, and then I've stuck down all the flowers, and I've used a multi-matte medium. I wanted to use a liquid glue rather than a dry glue because I wasn't 100% sure where they would all end up, so I wanted to move them around a wee bit, so that's why I used that. And I did put a heavy acrylic block over the top just to hold them down while they dried. Just to add some little sparkly detail to the end of the card, I add some sequins from Simon Says Stamp, I'll get my words out, and again a little bit more detail with some Spectrum Noir shimmer pen over the top of the flowers. It's still a little bit wet here, but you can see where I've added that, and that's basically the card. I'll list all of the products below in the video, but you can see in the still there, you can see the dots in the background. Okay, thanks for watching. It's a bit muddled, but thank you. Bye bye.